Good evening. Today we summon this urgent press conference is to inform all of you of the present situation in the country, especially COVID-19, the constitutional crisis and the role of the opposition. You all know the leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa, made a request in Parliament and also outside to resummon Parliament immediately because of the crisis that we are undergoing. Especially with the intention, after the 19th Amendment, the President of this country has no powers whatsoever. The President cannot even be the Minister of Defence. He can't hold any ministerial portfolio is from the 19th Amendment. Thereby, also expenditure that needs to be done as election cannot be held according to the proclamation made by the President. His Excellency President Gotabaya Rajapaksa dissolved Parliament and wanted to resummon the new Parliament on June 2nd, which is not possible. And we saw very clearly all parties in this country who thinks for the sake of the people, humanly, that this is not possible. We can't risk the lives of our people. Thereby, unless COVID is totally eradicated, we cannot hold an election in Sri Lanka. But we saw the health minister making a statement that this April 19th, COVID will be completed in Sri Lanka. This is what we saw from her speeches. Then we see Prasanna Ranatunga's statement. If we see Chandrasena making statement for the last 1 month, if you see his statements, so much of contradiction that we might go mad looking at what the present government ministers are speaking. Chandrasena went and gave guns to all the people in the paddy fields. More paddy fields are being totally ruined, and the farmers who are there started shooting the elephants now. There is a big crisis among that, and also whatever that is happening. So a minister who can't run his ministry is talking about the constitution today. We see the health minister who does not know what to reply to when Honorable Sajith Premadasa questions her on various issues. She gets the officials to write a reply and she is just blunt to it and says, no, we are not going to do that, we are not going to accommodate, we don't need masks, we don't need anything, we will bring tourists from other countries. This was the reply from Pavitra Vanyaji, the Minister of Health. So you can see the set of 15 ministers in the so-called caretaker government with the Prime Minister and their behavior, having parties, getting the ministries, getting the police media spokesman to say, no parties anywhere, you can't get together. No, not even kanji can be made today in the country. That is the law they have enforced. But people who are enjoying are still enjoying. Why don't you take a drive in Colombo and see how many people are walking on the road? Because they daily walk. So for them there is no curfew. They walk. Colombo 7, no walk. No curfew. So they will walk. If you take Havelock Road, they are walking. Park Road you go. Havelock City you go. All these areas when you go, you can see people by 4 o'clock in the evening or early morning. You can see them with their dogs. They are on the walk. So this law is applicable only to the small man. Not to the big timers, not to the big people, not to the affluent people. They are doing their routine work as usual without any curfew pass. So this is another state of affairs in the country. Then when we come to this Orahandu Dina Panasteke, the 52 days government where Mahinda Rajapaksa came in from the back door. If you really see that was challenged in court. And when that was challenged in court, we saw Manohara De Silva, who is appearing for Udaya Gammampilla, said in court that President has the power even to dissolve Parliament before 4.5 years. So we saw a bench of 7 eminent judges who will not bow down to any pressure, upheld the law of this country, and they proved to this country that they are so independent, and the ruling was given that it was wrong. And Ranil Wickramasinghe's government was reinstated. That we saw. Now the same Manohar Reddy Silva is now talking that even after the parliament date of election, that is the June 2nd proclamation made by the president, even after that 3 months, the president can run this country without any problem. So you can see what sort of advice that is being given from time to time to the president. The president does interview not with the media, but with his own secretary. The president does not get opinion from real intellectuals, all half-baked people who can't guide him. We saw Nimal Siripala making the statement. We saw Sushil Premajayantha making a statement. We see Udaya Gammambila making a statement. Are these people practicing law? Only when you have a case for their government or against the government, when Mahinda Rajapaksa got 52 days government, we saw all these people with the gown coming into courts. Only then they go to courts. The problem is they are trying to interpret the law in their favor. So let court decide. When the election commission wanted His Excellency the President to consult the Supreme Court, his secretary writes to them, not necessary. Our President knows everything. Our President is a master of all trade. He knows the job. So we don't need, without him doing anything or asking for Supreme Court approval, he will run the country. He has done it before as Secretary Defense. That is the sort of reply that we get from these people. Then, when we see people who are getting detained today, detention orders are given without any approval, any law today. A person can be detained for 3 days, that is only on PTA. PTA permits detention without judiciary oversight for over 40 to 24 hours, a maximum of 72 hours only. Unless the minister in charge, the defense minister that is, signs a document of detention which can keep him for 18 months. If that is not adhered, then it becomes an unlawful arrest. And with the 19th Amendment, the President power has been curtailed. He cannot hold any position. He didn't appoint a Minister of Defense for reasons well known to him. Illegal arrest is an infringement of the rights of the detainee, and his fundamental right has been violated. This is what we can tell you. So, if you think that the Prime Minister has called you for a meeting, my humble request to the opposition is not to participate. The reason I tell you is, they will summon you for the meeting. They will get all the dirty channels to come. They are dirty channels to come. And they will only be filming what the leaders of the opposition and the other opposition party is saying, and will get the two Vachalyas to open their mouth and then say, Parliament to Virta Karandakila Luma Kyawa. They sent a letter to open Parliament. We told them to come, gave the fellows what they really wanted. This is what they are going to say. So do you want to listen to this? All what I say is, we are a responsible opposition. We will look after the interests of the people only. We have to do our best for the people. Let us all get together. Let the entire opposition get together and see that justice is done to the people of this country, and also ensure the safety of these people. Today this is like the Sirima Bandaranaike government, 77 government. To get the Samurdhi you have a queue. To get the bread you have a queue. To get the 5,000 rupees, you have a queue. For everything, there is a queue. And still, people are starving. People have not got the 5,000. People are scolding. Every day, when you check the television, you can see people in their thousands are on the road. Where is the social distancing? The government of mockery. This is what is happening in this country. Thank you.